Hi, I'm Arianna,
I'm Marcus.
and this is Rated
Rated
R
R
for
for
Relatives.
relatives. Welcome to episode 4, right? Yeah,
Yep, episode
episode 4.
4.
Yeah,
Wow, 4 episodes.
4 episodes. We're 4 episodes in,
I'm proud of us.
right? We're,
I thought we weren't even going to get past the first one,
we're keeping
if I'm
we're,
being totally
we're
honest.
keeping it consistent. And I think that's the important thing.
Yeah, and I think it's because of me.
Yeah, it is.
I
Arianna,
literally.
for those who aren't aware already, Arianna does all the editing, like
Mm-hmm.
all of it.
All of it.
All of it. Oh, and also, by the way, her name is pronounced Ariana. I say it Ariana.
Yeah, he's the only person that is allowed to call me Arianna. Because if you call me Arianna, it's going to piss me off, actually. People just start rage baiting me in real life.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, it's Arianna.
They make sure in the comments to put air, like AIO.
It's going to piss me off. Please don't do
But
that.
yeah, welcome to episode 4, and obviously we will start off with a relate to this rant.
Yep, and it's my turn to go first,
Yeah.
and I am fired up and ready.
Yeah.
So if you watched our first episode, you recall me talking about my downstairs neighbor.
Right.
I'm not even gonna lie, I'm so terrified to the point where we're in the living room, right?
Right.
We're on the first floor of my apartment. I'm keeping an eye on the front door because I have this fear that this dude's just gonna try to bust down the door. Like, I'm not even joking.
Damn.
Because see, I hear click. I'm so scared. Like, I can't even.
Jesus.
No, you guys. Here's the deal. Here's what happened as of recently. So
Okay.
on Friday, Jose and I are on our way to work.
Right.
I'm checking my phone, and I get an email from our apartment management.
Right.
And it's an email of them saying that the downstairs neighbor complained about us stomping again. And I'm pissed.
Right.
I'm confused.
Right.
Because if you recall from the first episode, he came and apologized to us.
Right.
And told us that he was moving out,
Right.
and we asked him, like, do you have any hours of, like, when you want us to stop, be more quiet, be more mindful? And he said, like, yeah, like past 9 p.m. Cool, fine, like, whatever. So
Not to mention, I imagine you guys are somewhat upstairs.
dude, we're upstairs now, honestly, 90% of the time.
Right.
Because of him. It's scary because I immediately called the management and I'm explaining to them, like, hey, I got your email. And mind you, the woman that spoke to me, she's the one who, like, helped me and Jose pick our apartment, toured it with us. Like, she's been with us since the first day that we basically like moved in and we're interested in this apartment. So, and she's been super nice, super helpful about this whole situation. So I explained to her, I was like, hey, we are hardly ever home.
Right.
And to tell you the truth, we are literally gone from our apartment from 5 a.m. and we don't return to our apartment between like 5:30 and 6.
Right.
That's a whole 12 hours throughout the day that we are not here at all.
Right.
And that's
like
Monday.
half the day.
No, that's like Monday through Friday too, because obviously we work, we have jobs, right? Unlike this one. No, that's true because he told us he didn't have a job. So, yeah, dude, like, I'm so confused. And not only that, this whole entire month, for the past like few weekends, we have hardly been home. The only time we are home is literally on Sundays to film this podcast.
Right.
Because typically, like, these past few weeks of throughout the month, like, we've been going out, and again, we are literally upstairs majority of the time. So I'm so confused on where this dude is, like, getting stomping from. So I'm explaining all of this to her. I don't understand where it's coming from. Like, unless, like, worst case scenario, someone's squatting in our apartment when we're not here. Because because like, we are, even if we are downstairs, you guys, we are sliding. I'm not even kidding. We are walking on our tippy toes because we really don't want to aggravate him. Like, because we're being so overly considerate of his existence.
Right.
Because this dude is crazy. Okay.
I mean, from what you made it sound like, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's crazy. And I'm going to also get more in depth about how I think this man is crazy. Because I'm not going to protect him anymore. I don't care. So, anyways, so she explains to me, she's like, yeah, unfortunately, I had to send that email because it's protocol, like, it's part of my job. And I was like, no, I'm not mad at you for doing your job. I'm more upset because we have tried everything. We've called the cops twice. We keep sending you guys, like, emails of everything that's going on. You guys have told him and warned him that if he continues to keep bothering us, harassing us the way that he is, he will get evicted because it's a violation of the lease. All of these things, right? Because she's also telling me that when he came into the management office, he was very aggravated, like being very disrespectful to them, yelling at them, like being just so disruptive. And she was trying to explain to him, these are apartments. It's a shared space. You're going to hear noise. I can send them an email to be more mindful, but when they are casually walking, there's nothing I can do. And I guess he got so frustrated with that and just was being extra, essentially, from what she was trying to tell me. So she just advises me, she's like, just please, like, if he does harass you guys again, send us an email, call the police. Because at this point, I think they're trying to build a case against him so that they can evict him rightfully, you know?
Right.
So as of recent events, yesterday, me and Jose come back from getting food. Okay, it is 10 a.m., right? So we're getting our food, and our dining table is literally right here.
Yeah.
I'm scooting out our chair. Okay. We're sitting down. I'm watching something on my phone. Jose's watching something on his phone because we can't even watch anything on our TV because I'm terrified that he can hear it and like is going to get upset about it.
Right.
So we're eating. Okay. We hear stomping from the ceiling or pounding. My heart drops because at first it doesn't register. I'm like, what? Am I hearing that correctly? We take out our headphones and we hear him like do it. And he doesn't do it consistently like he did the last time.
Right.
But it's almost like he did it and stopped and realized that we are going to call the cops on you, dude. Because the cops literally told us, I don't know if I mentioned this in the first episode, but the cops did tell us that if he were to do that again, they're going to arrest him for criminal harassment. At that point, doing it a third time is a charge. And then we hear his door slam. And I start to shake. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even being dramatic. Ask Jose. My hands were shaking because I could have sworn this dude was going to come up the stairs again and start pounding on our door.
Right.
And I can't even lie. Like, that's terrifying to me.
Right.
Because here's the weird part. How do you go from apologizing and also being friendly to Jose? Like that last Sunday when we were filming, when Jose came in and he was explaining to us, yeah, like he said hi to me. Like he like was being friendly and all that stuff. So, and to going to the management and causing a ruckus in there about our quote unquote stomping.
Right.
And then also continuously to pound on the ceiling because of whatever we're doing. Because we're not even, dude, we're not doing anything.
Right.
It's so frustrating. And here's why I am fearful of this man, okay? Because let me tell you about this man's build. He is built like Marcus. I'm not, no, listen, hold on, wait. I'm not saying Marcus is weak, because he's not, actually. Marcus, you'd be surprised. Marcus can really hold it down. However,
crowd of people.
However, he is built like Marcus. Like, he can't be any taller than like 5'6", 5'7", maybe.
Right.
He's pretty scrawny. He has this big ass cane corso.
Right.
A cane corso, not a pit bull, even though pit bulls can be a little scary. Cane corso, dude, and it's a huge ass Beethoven size ass dog. I'm not even kidding.
Right.
And I honestly think it's to compensate for how little he is. So that's what also I'm fearful of. I start to spiral. Okay, this is where my anxiety just starts to take over, because it's like,
right.
What if we are outside and he's walking his dog and he sicks his dog on us because he's so pissed off? No, I'm being serious.
No, yeah,
like
right.
This man's crazy, and you want to know why? Because when he came to our door to apologize that one time, I never really looked at this man like at all, really, but I did this time. When I tell you, when he opened his mouth, just like dentists can like look at your mouth and be like, oh, this person doesn't floss well, they have a lot of plaque in their teeth. I can look at someone's mouth and tell what kind of hard drugs they're using.
Right.
This guy, I promise you, he's on the pipe. I'm not trying to be funny. He is on the pipe. I'm not even joking.
Holy shit.
I don't know what he's doing. Crack, meth, bath salts, whatever.
He is on the pipe.
No, he's on that pipe. Like, he's not doing like heroin. Like, he's definitely like doing something that's making his brain go crazy.
Oh my God.
Because I saw that teeth. And that's not like just genetically bad teeth. No, that was like rotted.
Right.
Like gingivitis, gum disease, like bad.
Yeah.
Bad. So I was like, okay, this man's on drugs.
Right.
He has to be. Because also, too, what I also didn't mention, Jose and I thought he worked overnights.
Right.
Because his truck would be gone for like 3 days in a row. And also sometimes like obviously overnight. And Jose and I were like, oh, maybe he like works overnights. That's why he's so angry, whatever. So now Jose and I's like wheels are turning. We're like, maybe he goes on 3-day benders
Right.
and like does all this shit, right? And people who do crazy drugs like that, because it's not like he's smoking weed.
Right.
It's not like he's taking shrooms
Right.
or again, like doing heroin, like drugs that I guess are depressants. Does that make sense?
Right.
No, dude. He is doing drugs that are making him go nuts down there. And those types of people that do those drugs, crazy. They can literally rip your neck open with their teeth. I'm not even joking. I've done a lot of research. I paid attention in substance abuse class, okay? That's how I also can tell how bad his teeth are because I was like,
Right.
"Oh, that looks like the after pictures that I seen in class." Yep. That's his teeth look exactly like that.
Oh my
So,
god.
once again, I'm genuinely terrified because
Right.
and I made Jose feel a little bit bad, and I didn't mean to because as a man, it's like, wow, you don't feel safe with me? Like, you
Right.
don't think I'm gonna protect you? I'm
No,
like,
yeah.
it's not that at all. You could be an American sniper, dude,
Right.
and I would still be terrified.
Right. Because like people are crazy. Like just
People are
people are
nuts on drugs
crazy.
because it's like that thing, that theory with like moms get like the adrenaline and the real strength to like
Right.
lift their kid from a big car,
Right.
People are like that with drugs. Truthfully, I'm
Right.
scared. I'm scared to see this guy. I'm scared to like even talk about him because I have I don't know, maybe his nuts ass is pressing his ear to our freaking floor. I'm not even joking.
Right.
So, yeah, he's crazy. And I think what's frustrating us more is the fact that we have this 2-floor apartment.
Right.
We can't even enjoy half of it.
Right.
We are literally in our room pretty much all weekend because of this.
Right.
And I'm at a loss for words at this point because I've already cried it out with mom yesterday because it's frustrating. We pay a lot of money in rent.
Right.
And that's what I told like the management. We do not pay this much of money to be dealing with this.
Right.
I don't pay this much money to live here and feel unsafe at all.
Right.
So, because also I asked her, what are our options? Because I really don't want to break the lease, but we might have to. And she was like, well, if you break the lease, you have to pay twice your rent.
Right.
That's almost $5,000.
Yeah, fuck that.
$5,000 that we would have to pay.
F that.
And I asked, well, what about moving to a different unit? She's like, well, you're halfway through your lease, so that's another $400 plus the cleaning fee, plus whatever damage was done to the apartment, which there hasn't been any damage to our apartment, but you know how they are. They can make some shit up.
Right.
I'm at a point where what is it that I can do at this point? Because I feel like now we're wasting money with this apartment because we can't even enjoy it. I can barely bring you over.
Right.
You get what I mean? Like we can't have friends over anymore. We can't have family over. Like none of that.
Right.
Because we can't even function in our home. How is other people supposed to?
Right.
And also too, we can't even park in our carport. And when I tell you during the winter, like when it's cold outside, that carport helps so much with making sure our car is not as cold, making sure there's no snow on our car, like all this extra things. Like I know first world problems, whatever, but it's nice. It's our assigned parking spot. We
Right.
pay for that.
Right.
We literally pay for that. We can't even do that. We can't even park in there because his assigned parking spot is next to ours.
Right.
So we have to park our car in front of our apartment because I feel like we need to make sure that our car is not going to get damaged. Like we have to keep an eye on our car because again, this dude is crazy. So I don't know if anybody has any other advice to give me because I feel like we've exhausted all our options and my poor boyfriend just feels so defeated. Like I feel defeated too and it's affecting how we are towards each other because it's like me and my boyfriend are supposed to be able to like cook in the kitchen with each other, like have dinner or breakfast or whatever on our dining room table. We're supposed to be on this couch watching our show. Dude, we started watching The Sopranos. We haven't even gotten past the first season, like at all. Like not even 3 episodes in because we can't sit down and enjoy and watch a movie or a show without fearing that this is gonna piss this man off.
Well, I mean, I will say hopefully he's moving soon. So
Well,
there's
I
that.
told her that. I was like, yeah, he mentioned that he was moving. And I thank God that I recorded that interaction because I sent the video to them. He said he was moving. He said that it was fine after past 9 p.m. He doesn't care what noise you make, like whatever. And so, dude, you're acting nuts. You're acting crazy. And that's what's fearful too, the bipolarness of this situation.
Right.
Like, you're so angry at us one minute, and then you're apologetic the next, going back to being so angry. So, I don't know. This is why I have a hot take. I will go as far as to say if you pay a certain amount of money in the community that you're living, like if it's past, in my opinion, $1,500 for a one bedroom, you should be required to take a pee test. I'm being so serious. You should be required to take a pee test. I think so. And if there's any heavy drugs in that system, you can't live here.
I mean,
I think
I
you should
would.
also, no offense, I understand mental health is very important, but if you have like other like mental like schizophrenia or like all those scary ones. I'm not talking about like anxiety and depression. I'm talking about the scary ones that make you like hallucinate and act crazy. They should also do background checks on that too, not just criminal ones.
I mean,
Because
yeah.
I'm sorry, I this community that we live in is a great community. We're close by so many amazing things that again, we pay so much money for that I should not be dealing with this behavior at
Right.
all. Period. The police that came here that second time he was being an asshole, they even went to the management and were concerned about him. Police. If the policemen are telling you, yeah, we're actually really concerned about him living here, kick his ass out, evict him.
I
And
mean,
also, too, I told mom we're gonna have to move units regardless because let's say he does get evicted. In Ariana's perfect world, this man gets evicted tomorrow. Okay, he knows
right.
where we live. I don't know what type of people he knows that he goes on 3-day benders with. I have no idea.
On that note, I hope you can. I hope this gets resolved soon, and obviously that you can feel more safe in your home because, like, you need to. And like you said, you do pay a decent amount, and I would say not even just that you live in a place where you should feel safe. Like this isn't like a sketchy ass area, so for this to like be happening like this, I mean, kind of like you said, first world problem shit, but like still, like, what are we talking about right now? Like,
Exactly.
be a civilized person. Like,
Exactly.
so.
I don't know how long I can deal with this. If this doesn't progress and get better by the end of March, I don't know, we might have to break it,
Hmm.
which sucks.
Guess we'll see. But
Your turn.
well, yeah. Honestly, as far as I will say, my rant this week is also positive again. I will
That's
say.
good. No, rants can be
I
positive.
mean, because I have been. I mean, it's kind of like I said. I think maybe 2 episodes ago of like just like me figuring things out, me finding like a good rhythm with certain things. I still haven't posted since before the new year on my YouTube channel, but I've now updated my Instagram at least a little bit of like like these videos are out. Put that on the Instagram. I need to put more like just videos on Instagram and on TikTok and obviously the actual vlogs on YouTube. And I've been getting more ideas down for actual videos to make because I do realize that although me and my friends like chilling, having fun, making stupid jokes, like all that kind of stuff for the camera, like being entertaining and that kind of stuff isn't that bad. But as far as like oversaturated content, that can get old pretty fast. So
Well, if you haven't checked out Marcus's YouTube channel, it's going to be in the description and go subscribe because it's actually really good content. I actually, as your sister, I love seeing bits and parts of your life because
right.
I cry every episode, dude. Like this is so annoying. Cuz like we grew up in the same house together
Right.
and it's like that like saying of like you never live with your siblings again.
Right.
Once you become of age to like move out and part ways, it's like you don't live with them again.
Right. Because like yeah, it is good content. I do need to like we need we and plus as a group we need to go out and do more things, do like more fun group activities, things that are just and enjoyable and obviously filmable. So like I've been jotting down ideas for that. I've been like talking with a couple of my friends, just thinking of like certain things to go do, whatnot. So hopefully more entertaining content on that channel to come soon. But the whole more of my rant is really just about my work. Honestly, I have been because like I don't like to brag, really, and even I really don't, despite what people might even say or think, I don't like to brag.
Mhm.
Like, it's not, especially when it's something that, like, I know I'm doing decently good at. I don't want my ego being fed
We
at
were
all.
also raised to not be that way,
Right.
so
I have had a phenomenal week at work, phenomenal past 2 weeks, and because of the past 2 weeks was also because of my phenomenal, or, like, is why I had a phenomenal week. I made I made over, I think, was yeah, I think it was like three quarters of 100,000, like $75,000 for the company
oh my
just in a
gosh!
week. That was just for 2 sales that had gotten set up,
Dude, congrats! That's, like, a big
and
accomplishment.
not only that, my every appointment that I had gone and, like, set out alone beat out every single team we had in the state.
That is so sick,
And
dude.
not even just, like, the team, and as a not even just, like, each individual, like, the
Mhm,
team as a whole. My
mhm.
sets alone beat out their entire team sets. Like, I myself entirely cleared the board.
Well,
Like,
that's literally amazing.
yeah,
And I
so I
I was
mean,
gonna ask you, like, what's your secret or
yeah.
whatever, but, like, you don't wanna reveal that, you
Right,
know?
which I mean, like, and well, I mean, in a way, it's like I kinda don't mind, because it's like, I really find a good just joy in, I guess, finding my own connection with each and every person.
Mhm,
Because really what sales is like seeing where a person's need is. Everyone knows that. You see where a person's need is and you cater to that.
mhm,
But the thing about that is, in doing what I do, is you really have to draw that out of them, because when they first, like, are seeing me, they come in and I'm meeting them, and they're just like, oh well, this guy's trying to get me to do more than I'm already wanting to, or like whatnot, blah blah blah. I just want to get you what you need. Like, and that's really that's what my team preaches. That's what I preach. It's what practically our entire company preaches. Only getting you what you need.
I think you'll be so good at a car dealership, dude.
Right, and I even think about, like, things like that, to be honest with you, and that's, like, kinda where I, like, think about just building my resume and kinda just getting some experience, and I'm feeling really good about that so far. I'm feeling good about the way I do my job, and because, like, my job isn't the hardest thing in the world, but it's also not the easiest, because, like, they say anyone can do it, just, like, because they can,
Mhm,
but you also have to be able to, like, have
right.
the willingness to, like, have that kind of thing to push, like, back, because, like, you do have to be a people person, and you do have to, like, be connected and kind of be a little down to earth and grounded and all that kind of a thing, and obviously I'm not always great at being those things, but you do. So I mean, people that aren't, obviously, not like you can't learn to be that way, because you can, but it's obviously harder, and some people just don't want to do that, or they just don't find it's right for them, and that's fine. But I'm finding that this is a really great thing for me. I am loving my work so far.
Mhm.
It is honestly one of the best things about my life currently, and to me that is not a shameful thing at all. Like, I love my work, and especially the work that I'm doing on site, because, like I said, I have a lot more ideas coming. There's a lot more things to be done. Like, I want to do a lot more, like, short films and things like that, that kind of, like, showcase more of the artistic nature of what I want to do for things. And that's all really exciting to me, because getting to do that is nice.
Yeah, and I'm excited for you. I mean, your salesmanship experience, whatever you want to call it, will probably help us in long term because I mean, we plan to create. We
Right.
do plan to create shows, movies, like things like that. So whenever we have to go into those meetings with big people and pitch the show and bid the script, it's that will come in handy. I'll let you
Exactly.
do all the talking.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I'm like,
You are at this amazing place in your life because I know what stage you are in because I've been in that stage. So
right,
I'm just so excited to like see you blossom
right.
and sounds so like corny, but like I'm excited to see you grow.
And to that point, even I'm even, it's kind of like we were saying last time, like, I'm excited to grow. Like,
Mhm.
I feel greatness in just life in general, in the future. Like, I feel optimism is
Yeah.
probably I feel optimism
Yeah.
in the future. And obviously it's not every day is going to be sunny. Like, it's not supposed to be.
Mhm.
But the point is that in the end of it all, I I'm still feeling great.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, me too. be looking forward to more content, and I hope you, like I said in the first one of my videos, stick with me while I figure all of this stuff out.
Yeah. All
So
right,
yeah.
let's move on.
And now we are on to obviously our probably more stapled segment.
For cinema.
For
This is
cinema.
a segment that's never gonna go away.
Yeah, this one's never gonna, especially for how many movies we have, this one's gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be
So
constant actually.
yeah.
It's my turn to go first this time. The movie you assigned me, I'm so excited to talk about.
Right.
It's
Fight
Fight Club.
Club. Oh, let me just say, I love Fight Club so much. Every man who has watched Fight Club loves Fight. They have made it a part of their personality for a second.
Well, hold on.
Like,
I'm gonna get into that in my
I
review.
bet.
But
like,
I
yeah,
want
no.
to apologize to David Fincher because David Fincher is probably my favorite director of all time. He's directed some of my favorite movies, Zodiac, Gone Girl, which is my second favorite movie of all time.
He is a visionary.
So good. So I want, in a world where David Fincher is watching this, I deeply apologize for spending damn near 23 years of my life, not ever, watching a lick of this movie.
Oof.
And because I'm mind blown, dude. So mind blown. So getting into my review, I have 0 complaints about this movie.
Really?
Zero.
Really?
I mean, I have to be real. I was not expecting it to be as good as I thought. Because I was fully going into this movie with the idea that it was going to be like a Wolf of Wall Street type of movie, which love Martin Scorsese.
Right.
Love him so much. No shade. Wolf of Wall Street is a great movie, which I'm sure it's on your list.
It is.
But Wolf of Wall Street is your average frat boy, Joe Rogan watching ass movie. Does that make sense?
Right.
And again, no shade, it's great. Leonardo DiCaprio is great. Jonah Hill's great. Margot Robbie, great.
Right.
However, Fight Club, I was fully going into it like it's gonna have the same vibe.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Like it's gonna have this super bro like coded, and it is. That's the thing. It is this super bro coded movie. However, it's done very well.
It's done amazing.
Done so well to a point where the average female can watch this movie and actually genuinely appreciate it and enjoy it because it's that incredible. I mean, like I said before, Gone Girl is my second favorite movie of all time. David Fincher directed that movie as well. And I would venture out to say this is the male version of Gone Girl. Like the way women feel when they watch Gone Girl,
right?
I think men feel that way when they watch Fight Club.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I can't even speak for all women when they feel watching Gone Girl. They feel very seen.
Right.
They feel very like, this is exactly what I would do if a man were to do this to me. Or, you know what I mean? Like the craziness and the psychoness of it all that you're feeling when you're being done dirty like this goes into your brain. And it's like, I would absolutely do this. Would I actually do it? No.
Right.
But I experienced this feeling before.
It's that artistic representation.
Yes, that artistic representation of the mind of a woman, truthfully. Now, Fight Club is the same exact thing for me. I mean, if I was a man, I would make this movie my entire personality too. I have to be real. Because this movie's so great, you guys.
It's so good.
I'm just glazing this movie. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's so good. Getting into why I think it's incredible, the camera work. Amazing. So amazing. And we're gonna sound so annoying. The cinematography.
Right? Like,
the cinematography is so good.
The way this movie is shot is so beautiful.
Oh my God.
Single shot is color graded perfectly. And there's few movies where I can honestly say that about everything's color graded perfectly. This whole movie is.
Yeah.
Like,
it's amazing. It's incredible. I love an unreliable narrator. It is my favorite thing.
Right. We talked about this last time with Rue and Euphoria.
Yep, we did. Now, Tyler Durden is going down as my favorite unreliable narrator, probably of all time. Going back to also the camera work, I'm not usually impressed by breaking the fourth wall. I know it's like a funny shtick because that's how I view it. Because I watch The Office, you watch like those types of comedy shows because breaking the fourth wall is so common in those that it's like when someone does it in like a serious drama movie like this, it's very much like, okay, you're doing a shtick here. You know what I mean? This movie nailed doing that, breaking the fourth wall in actually my favorite form possible. And if you haven't watched Fight Club yet, um, please do because spoilers ahead.
Right, yeah, no,
I
of
am gonna
course.
spoil this movie. When you have Edward Norton's character talking to the camera, you have Brad Pitt in the back also playing with him talking, breaking the fourth wall. Do you get what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that is my favorite way that that's done because I'm not a huge fan of like one character breaking the fourth wall. Okay.
Right,
I like it when a character breaks the fourth wall and there's chaos going in the back, but there's people also playing into him also or
right.
them breaking the fourth
Some are like,
wall.
"Who are you talking to?" or things like
Yeah,
that, yeah.
exactly, exactly. Like my favorite, like for example, Dora the Explorer
Right.
in the real life action movie where she's like breaking the fourth
When
wall.
she's like a kid, yeah, that's
Yeah,
like one of
breaking the
my
fourth wall.
favorite bits.
And then like the parents are like, she's gonna stop that very soon, right? That's a phase she's gonna grow out of, you know? So it's definitely done so well and
Right.
I love it. And I like how it's not done the entire time.
Right, yeah, it's not like a consistent trope in the movie that's, like, really oversaturated.
Yeah.
It's a very, like, elegantly done sort of, like you said, way of narration. Like,
Yes.
it's not even just breaking the fourth wall to break the fourth wall, it's him telling you his story.
But also, with that, that should have been the audience's first clue
Clue.
of the plot twist.
Mhm.
And I am gonna say the plot twist, okay? Because this movie's been out since 1999. You,
Which is insane.
it is insane for that time period.
Ahead of its time.
It's so good.
Like, again, visionary.
If they were to re-release this in theaters, I'm gonna go watch it.
No, literally, literally.
Because again, we don't normally see that really, where the other actors in the back are playing into the breaking the fourth wall, right? He is breaking the fourth wall, and so is Brad Pitt's character. So it should have been the first clue of like, wait, he's aware that he's breaking the fourth wall. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
So
exactly.
it's like, oh my god, the plot
There's
twist.
so many, things sprinkled throughout the movie where
Yes,
you
I need
can,
to
like.
rewatch it again because as I was getting into the fun facts, which we'll talk about in a second, a lot of the fun facts was a lot about the little tidbits in the movie that actually
Right.
gives you a clue of the plot twist.
Mhm.
So with that, I have to admit this movie was frustrating the shit out of me, dude. Because when we get to the part where his apartment blows up, okay,
Yeah,
and then the police call him, there was dynamite and like all this residue and like, all that stuff, right?
right.
And then it already clicked to me because Brad Pitt's character quite literally tells him on the plane what chemicals to use to create a bomb
Mhm,
way earlier in the movie before his apartment gets blown up. Okay.
mhm.
So when the cops are calling him, I'm like, why is it not clicking to him? This dude blew up your apartment. And then he also again repeats the same thing again of what to do to make a bomb. And then we find out
And you find out it was him,
it was him the entire time.
and he's just been going through this psychosis.
Yeah. My only critique of this film, and it's literally just so minuscule and so small that it doesn't knock off a star. I wish we knew how long it had been since he got in sleep.
Right,
Like actual sleep. Because we
right,
see him fall asleep periodically, but we don't know how long he's been sleeping. We also like the clips of him falling asleep, he could have fell asleep for a minute. Do you get what I mean? Because I really wanted to like know how long has this dude been awake?
right,
Because there's certain times in the movie where he's like, I haven't slept in 4 days.
right.
But it's like,
That's like, is Tyler Durden just, active during those 4 days?
yes,
What time did he actually, like, getting sleep? Because that's,
exactly.
like, part of the whole thing is, like, it's not really insomnia.
Hmm.
It's literally him, like, going
Hallucinating.
crazy and
Yeah.
hallucinating, kind of, like, having, like, borderline personality disorder.
Or, yeah,
Like
exactly.
and that's, like, kind of the whole thing, kinda like you said, of indulging into the psyche of, like, males and kind of how we feel this sort of
Right.
duality within us consistently.
Well, one last thing I will say before I get into my facts is as I was watching this movie, I was thinking to myself, like, I was trying to view it in the viewpoints of like how a male would watch this movie.
Right.
And I was thinking, like, oh, Brad Pitt represents the male ego in this movie.
Mhm.
Little did I know he was representing his ego,
Mhm.
which is like, dude, I'm jealous of myself that I got to watch this movie for the first time yesterday. Like I want to rewatch it for the first time
It's an
again. It's
artistic
one of these movies where I'm like,
masterpiece.
I'm like, I'm excited for other people to watch it for the first time. Like, I will put it on and I will have to put tape over my mouth to shut up
No,
because I
literally.
will get excited. I'll be
Like,
like, pay attention to this, pay attention to this, and my boyfriend, I watched it. Of course, I watched this with Jose.
right,
My boyfriend's the worst person to watch these types of movies with because he does keep his mouth shut. He doesn't
right,
say his thoughts.
right.
But at the end of the movie, when the plot twist is revealed, I'm all shocked, right? I'm mind blown. My boyfriend's like, I knew that. And it's so annoying. I'm like,
Right.
okay, you're better than everybody. Cool. You knew what it is. It's predictable. Woo, woo. Like, I really don't think
One of my roommates is like that. We'd go 2 minutes into the movie. He's like, she's gonna die. I'm like, you're a fucking
Yeah,
asshole.
no, like, I hate people like that. Like, literally, shut up, dude. Shut up. I do not care. Or, like, when I'm showing some other person the movie and I'm excited for them to see the plot twist because I've seen the movie before, and they're like, oh, like, so nonchalant about the plot twist.
Right? I'm like, that didn't blow your mind? Like,
Yeah,
what are you
like, what are
talking
we
about?
talking
But
about?
no, Fight Club
Exactly.
is one of those movies where it blows everyone's mind first time you
Mhm.
watch it. It's one of those movies where even though it's been out since 1999, someone says they haven't watched it, you're like, I'm not gonna spoil shit for you. It
Yeah.
is amazing. Go watch it.
But this
Like,
is a podcast where we talk about movies,
right.
and
So
if,
we have to spoil a
so we
few
have to
things here.
spoil it, sorry.
But yeah, no.
So, I would overall rate this movie 5 stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
5 whole stars, I would rate this movie. Moving into my fun facts, Brad Pitt chipped his tooth for the role of Tyler Durden.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's weird, I didn't notice he had a chipped tooth until that scene where they drag the police investigator into the
Right.
bathroom and are threatening to cut his balls off. Like, I
Right.
I didn't realize that until, like, I was obviously, we have a super close up of Brad Pitt's face, and I'm like, "Oh,
Right.
his tooth is chipped." Like,
Which is funny because we get like so many things with him smoking. But
right. He believed his character wouldn't have perfect teeth,
right.
but I also think, like, dude, you're not real. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, but like, and I guess he obviously spent a lot of money to reconstruct
The
his actual
actual
tooth
tooth, right.
because it wasn't just like a side tooth. No, it was a front tooth that
Right.
he chipped, and it doesn't say how. I wish I knew. I tried to go down a Reddit rabbit hole, and no
I
one
would
knows.
assume he went to a dentist and had them do it. Like,
Imagine being this dentist. Like, bro, what?
people do that. People do weird shit.
People do weird shit, but this goes into that conversation of what we talked about in the second episode about method
Method
acting.
acting, yeah.
Like,
Which I mean,
you didn't have to chip your tooth, bro. You could have just got black marker. Like, what are we talking
or,
about?
yeah, right. Or like he had prosthetics do something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, speaking of method acting, there's a lot of method acting actually in this movie. Edward Norton and Brad Pitt actually learned not only how to fight, but also how to make soap.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So they learned how to. Also, that scene where they go and grab the fat from the infectious diseases grossed me out. Me and Jose were like, oh, we were
Yeah,
like
no.
cringing because the bag breaks and it's dripping all over. Human fat is already crazy, but infectious diseases. Now, this is why I don't do bar soaps. This is why I really don't do bar soaps. I only ever do liquid soaps, no bar soaps, and this movie confirms why.
Right.
The scene where Norton and Pitt's character are drunk and hitting the golf balls, they are actually drunk in the scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were
Really?
drunk while filming that. So they are actively drunk hitting golf balls in front of that house.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I thought that was really fun.
They're just like, you know what? Shoot it. Like,
Yeah, we're gonna get drunk. I mean, we're drunk anyways. We're supposed to be drunk. Might as well. To be honest, that is the only method acting I want to say I kind of approve of.
Oh, is like substances like within a,
Well, hold on.
within reason, of
Yes,
course. But like
like
no one's saying to get plastered and you're gonna puke all over the cast. But like,
yeah, at least get a little buzzed so
right,
that you
right,
can feel the movements,
right. Feel that naturality within
of
your
being
thing.
drunk,
Right,
right? Because I don't know, it's kind of hard to pretend to be drunk for me, at least. Because I've had to pretend to be drunk at one point at an improv class, and for some reason, obviously, because I never had a drop of alcohol at this point, I was 15. I like spun myself, but I'm like, this is not. I'm sure this is not how drunk people are. The scene where Marla and Tyler are doing the adult tango
Oh
is
yeah.
actually fully CGI.
Really?
Yes, and it was the first adult tango scene that was shot in fully CGI.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I did
Which
not
I
know
can
that.
respect, actually,
Right.
because that was going to be my complaint. First of all, Helena Bonham Carter,
Yeah.
she gorgeous. amazing.
Beautiful.
There's a reason why she was Tim Burton's muse for
No.
ever.
Well, yeah, no.
That scene comes up and I'm just like, of course, there is this raunchy ass adult tango scene in this movie. Why
Right.
wouldn't there be? Right.
Right.
And I love her so much, respect her so much that I was like, I'm surprised like she would do this. I mean, I don't know her personally,
Right. Obviously.
but I've seen her in interviews. I've seen the way she carries herself. Like, I just didn't think she was gonna be like fully exposed, fully nude in that scene. And then I found out it was CGI. And I would like to know whose idea that was. Like, was it hers? Was it David Fincher's? Was it an idea from the get go, or was it a boundary she set? Last fact that I have: the ear punch was an accident. So the scene where they're behind the bar
Really?
in the beginning of the movie, where Edward Norton and Brad Pitt are behind the bar, and Brad Pitt's like, "Hit me! I want you
Right.
to hit me," and Edward Norton punches him, but punches him in the ear of all places, which I know that hurt for a fact. Like, because I've fallen asleep where my ear has folded and I've fallen asleep on my ear. Waking up, that is excruciating pain. I can only imagine getting punched.
That shit gets wrong.
Yeah, I can only imagine. So Brad Pitt's reaction of like, dude, why'd you punch me in the ear? Like, that
Right.
is his genuine reaction in that scene, and they kept it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love that so much. I love to find out that these scenes are genuine. My favorite thing is when I'm watching a show or a movie and I'm like, that was an accident. They kept it. That is one of my
Right.
favorite things to notice because sometimes you can notice it. But yeah, so that's all I have for Fight Club.
Yeah.
And I'm super honored to have this assigned to me. And this is so far my favorite movie you have assigned to me.
Understandable. I had a feeling it was
amazing.
you wanted some action, so I wanted to give you that a little bit.
Good Will Hunting, low key. I was like, and then now going to Fight Club, amazing.
Yeah.
It's weird because like Fight Club, I remember when I'm going through Pinterest lists of like, oh, like what are good fall movies to watch? What are good winter movies to watch? The Mind Spiral movie list, this is in it
Always.
consistently.
Always.
And I'm like, how is Fight Club a mind spiraling movie? I don't get it. Because again, I went into this thinking, oh, it's a bunch of dudes fighting each other. Like,
right.
Whatever. And they get caught, probably raided by the police.
Right.
Which,
You thought it was gonna, yeah.
I thought it was going to be that type of movie.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Absolutely not. This movie is way much more than that. And it's amazing.
It's a beautiful insight to the mind of a man. And I fully love it for that.
I didn't write this fact, but I think it's important to mention that this movie was an adaptation from a book.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
So I cannot pronounce his name, so I'm not gonna butcher it. But it was adapted pretty early on. Like once this book came out, I forgot who read it, but someone read it and was like, "We need to turn this into a script. This is amazing." And the author of the book actually prefers the movie's ending than his own.
Oh yeah.
Because his ending to his book, the original ending to this, was that Tyler Durden goes into a mental institution.
Right.
This movie obviously ends very differently, of like the buildings exploding and all this stuff, and
comes to this beautiful realization, and he's just accepting of it all. And
yeah, exactly.
It's like the world on fire, and it's beautiful,
and it's so amazing. The end credit song,
injected into my veins.
I love
inject it into my veins.
It's so good. It's so
and it
good.
Encapsulates the whole movie.
It's
it does.
Great.
I love that song because like it just puts me in that. It's a beautiful movie.
It's a great movie. If you haven't watched it,
go watch it.
Let's move on.
But yeah.
So now it's Marcus's turn.
Yes, now is my turn for this week's for cinema, and of course, the movie that was assigned to me was A Lot Like Love.
A Lot Like Love. Okay, listen. It is my favorite chick flick. Well, one of my favorites. It's in my top 10, and let me tell you, this is a niche chick flick. The average person doesn't really know about this movie.
They don't. I've never heard of this movie.
It is so niche to the point where it's hard to find this on any streaming service ever. Sometimes you get lucky and you find it on Amazon, but you have to pay money. Same thing with YouTube, you have to pay money. You kind of have to get on a ship and watch this movie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you gotta put on the old eye patch and skull and crossbones for to go find this movie.
But it's so good.
It was, and I can honestly say, it was really worth it.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed this.
It was worth
movie.
all the viruses that you got.
Yeah, no. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It was phenomenal. Like the writing was was great. Like
Mhm.
the characters were beautifully written. I loved how the story took place. To me, this is another one kind of like not like obviously 500 Days of Summer, but it's another one that's almost a realistic love story in a way.
Yes.
Like, and,
Mhm.
or at the very least, it's one that we all dream of,
Oh
or
my
have
gosh.
dreamt of.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
gonna get emotional.
no, like,
This
because I
movie's
mean, like,
amazing.
honestly, I can say that I really did enjoy this. Like the introductions were strong. Obviously, we saw great chemistry between the characters almost immediately.
Yeah.
Like, and which we find out later in the film that he like takes these. Well, we see him do it, but we don't really see the photos till later. But like, he takes these little photos of her, and like, there's just this like little lingeringness of like him before she even gets on his flight. Like,
Yeah.
he sees this woman, and he's just like a little intrigued
Yeah.
in like some odd way, and it's just so beautiful. And like the sort of will they won't they that we kind of went throughout the entire film wasn't done in a way that's like usually played out
Mhm.
at like in my opinion at all
I
really.
love a will they won't they.
Like, but right, but like it's not played out like it kind of usually is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it
Mhm.
was done very creatively, and honestly, this was like I said, another like realistic part of like this love story.
Mhm.
There were so many great moments,
Yeah.
like starting from them meeting each other. Just the bathroom scene in of itself is just hilarious. Like, there's like,
Because the old lady, like, sees them and, like, is
right,
like,
and like they
"Gross."
share this look kind of like for like 2 seconds across
Mm.
the plane, and then like she just jumps on him, and it's
Yeah.
like this like funny thing. He gets out, whatever, they land, and he's like trying to introduce himself. He's like this cute like little like innocent person, and
Mhm.
she's just like not having any of it. She's like really trying to make it this one time like little fun thing, and he just
Yeah.
won't let her go.
Yeah.
And it's so adorable because again, it's another will they won't they, but like we
Mhm.
get it in like a non-played out way where we're really sitting here asking ourselves like, what is about to happen with these characters? Like,
One of my
you
favorite
know what I mean?
scenes in this movie, there's a lot, but one of my favorite scenes in the beginning is when they're at the bar and he's like, "Make them doubles." And the bartender's
Right,
like,
like
"They
they are
are doubles."
doubles. Like they're so perfect together without being perfect together. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, it is, and that's from the start. And then we see a bit years later, she calls him. She's completely different. Like, her hair is redone. We see immediately how her character has changed, and obviously we see how his hasn't really. Well, we see these moments of how he's like kind of reminding her of like their connection, and in a way it's like reminding her of her youthfulness and like this
Mhm.
fun way, and like she needs this date for New Year's, and like this like rush about way she's calling all these people, and she finally calls him,
Yeah.
and he comes, he's like so immediate to come over, and like
Yes, like, he's
yeah, he's like
excited.
excited. He remembers all these like little things about her too,
Mhm.
like off the rip immediately. Like, it's an instant connection, and even
Yeah.
though the characters don't see it, we see it in the audience, and we are just begging the whole time of like, when do we get to see this like form? Like, how are we
Yeah.
gonna see this like relationship grow? Like, it's
Yeah.
a very exciting movie to watch, like in a rom com sense. Like,
Yes.
it's so, and it really does put the name rom-com to a standpoint. Like, it is
Yeah.
a very like romantic, comedically timed. It's so funny.
And the
Like,
comedic timing in this is so casual, it's great. Their
right.
banter is my favorite part. I
It's
love the
so
dialogue.
it's so good. That's what I mean. Like, these characters are amazingly written. We kind of see like the progression that they go to with their attitudes towards being together, obviously, because like he's leaving, his business is taking off, all this and that. So he's like going to San Francisco, and we almost see at a point like she seems like she's ready to like kind of like maybe take a little chance on him, and like this and that, and like he's leaving, and she even says like, I'm just starting to like you. And I think it's funny because like in my opinion, it's almost subtle foreshadowing the
Yes.
entire movie,
Uh-huh.
of like how they are each stage in their lives, and their characters is their attitudes towards being with each other.
Mhm.
She's a struggling actress in this point. She's thinking about all these things of like what's going to work for her. She's jumping at opportunities that she can
Yeah.
get. So she jumps at him.
Mhm.
But he's not ready for that because he, like he says, he needs this big plan.
Yes.
He's still viewing life that way.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. But
Mhm.
obviously we see more a couple years later.
Mhm.
He's had this girlfriend. He's had like this history, whatnot. And
Yeah.
give me a break. But she's like weighing him down. They're not seeing eye. They're just not. We're seeing how their connection is like breaking. And again, it's very realistic because
Yeah.
they move on.
Mhm. Both of them.
But right, both of them, they move on. But it's another one of those things where like you keep getting brought back to someone
Mhm.
because it's needed. And
It's
I
yeah, it's a
yeah.
it's a it's a tug and pull.
Right,
Mhm.
exactly, and I loved seeing that the entire time, like and he shows up at her door 'cause, he because, his oh, yeah, right, his partner tells him, "Do something for yourself, you're working too hard,"
Mhm.
and, even though he shows up on her door,
Mhm.
we see him now more reluctant
Yeah.
and, like, sort of down on himself. Well, he's, like, still talking about this last chick. She's so
Mhm.
relevant, I don't even remember her name, but, like,
Yeah.
meanwhile, like, Emily is really trying to, like, bring him out again and, like,
Mhm.
kind of, like, get him to smile because like, she loves seeing that in him, and it's funny because not this kind of thing doesn't get talked about enough, but, like, when you see someone a certain way and then you don't see them for a little bit and then you see them again and they're not that certain way, you really try yourself to bring that part out of them because
Mhm.
in your heart of hearts, you feel like this is, like, their true happiness and, like, their
Yeah.
true self, and she is able to do that with him. It's very tug and pull at that
Yeah.
point,
Right.
but she does it, and with this like singing and it's like they're perfect for each other and they don't even
Yes.
realize it. Like
Yeah.
it's an amazing thing to see, and it's so cute because she's become this photographer, and it's like stemmed from him leaving her
Yeah.
his camera,
Right.
and it's like she has based this entire next part of her life off
Yes.
of this last encounter with him, and
Yes.
she's made it into this beautiful, like, you know what I mean? There's so
Mhm.
many of these beautifully interwoven things in this story
Yeah.
that make it such an amazing thing to watch.
Yeah.
Like, and then we get the moonlight scene, which to me is such a beautiful scene from a photographer standpoint, from an actor standpoint, from an artistic standpoint. It is such a beautiful scene to me because we see their vulnerability.
Mhm.
We really do.
Yeah.
Like, this is nudity done tastefully. If you
Yeah, this
want
is
it,
nudity done
someone
tastefully.
take some notes because like this is a beautifully vulnerable scene, and we even see the beautiful photo that it came out to later
Yeah.
of everything is still
Except for them.
except for their faces.
Yeah.
And it's that in and of itself encapsulates like the whole
Yeah.
movie. It is
Mhm.
so beautiful. If
Yeah.
I could create a photo like that, I would. I'd frame it. Like, it
Ew.
is so.
I don't think I wanna see
Like,
that
and
framed in your
you don't
house.
you don't have to, but like it is such, and, like, I dream to just have my work displayed like that in a gallery like
Mhm.
that. Like,
Oh my gosh,
it
and
is.
my favorite, like, thing about that is when he's at the gallery and he's waiting for her
He's waiting for
every
her
day.
every single day. He's waiting to see her, and then until finally he's like, "Fuck it, I'm going to her door." Like, and then she's engaged, and we hate that.
Yeah, no,
We
I hate
We
that.
hate that, plain and simple. Because it's with this stupid freaking guy that was at her friend's wedding, and
Yeah.
she probably also thought it was this like little star-crossed thing for a second. Because again,
Right.
they move on, she moves on,
Mhm.
like, and it's very realistically done because like these moments slip,
Mhm.
but he takes a chance. He goes and gets a freaking guitar and
Yeah.
plays in this like kind of shitty way, and
Yeah.
but like it's this endearing gesture,
Mhm.
and then which was funny because we don't like see like a frame of it, but like we see his eyes, which Ashton Kutcher, great acting, of like he sees the ring after he's done, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You're married
Mhm.
and
She's like,
engaged,"
yeah.
and finding true connection is hard.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I was saying earlier, like
Yeah.
finding real, true, raw connection is hard. So when you do that, you need to hold on to it.
Yeah.
You need to fight and tooth and claw to catch, or at the very least do what you feel is needed, because
Yeah.
just like in this movie, they keep meeting at these stages and they're just not ready. One's not
Mhm.
ready. Like, it's this tug and pull of like, will they, won't they?
Mhm.
And then finally, even though after he like does that, whatever, and she tells him he's engaged, she's about to get married,
Mhm.
she can't stop thinking about him. She calls off the engagement because we see
Mhm.
her friend come over later, and she's like, "I'm not moving. I'm not getting married. Blah blah blah. Like
Yeah.
I can't." And even her friends like, "It's fine. It's normal." She's just no. I need to see him. I need to see Oliver. Like I need to call Oliver. I'm trying
Yeah.
to get a hold of him. Help me get a hold of him. And even though her friend is kind of like sitting there like, you know what? All right. Like, you know what?
Yeah,
Like, and what
because
a
the friend saw Oliver get his suit
right.
tailored.
And because she thought she was,
He was
he was
getting married.
engaged,
Yeah.
and that pushes her even more. And she's like, then I need to find him
Yes,
like
right
right now.
now.
She's like, when's the wedding? Like,
Uh-huh.
you know, and and then we obviously we find out that because obviously I knew, but like he wasn't getting married.
Yeah.
And which I think is slight little note, she goes and she thinks she called out for an engagement right before she thinks he's about to get married. She's like, "No, I should go." Which it's like you're getting in your own way. I was like yelling
Yeah,
at the screen.
yeah.
I'm like, "What are
Mhm.
you doing?"
Mhm.
Like you know what? You're right there. Like you're
Yeah.
chases after her, and we get that scene of like him like, "No, I'm
Getting
not getting
married.
married." And his
It's his
sister comes
sister?
out, "Dickhead," and like
Yeah,
it's like,
or
"You're
like
such a dick." Like yeah, that's what
yeah.
she says. Like
Yeah.
it's which is this funny little trope throughout the movie. But in any
Yeah.
case, we get this beautiful ending to the movie, which I almost literally like I almost cried when she was like, "I'm engaged." He walks away because I'm like,
Mhm.
"There's no way we're getting." She gave me another one of these things where they don't end up together. Yeah, I know, but obviously they share this beautiful moment and they kiss, and it's this great ending because
Yeah.
they are finally able to together, and he's just so honest, like like I mean, this goes back to when he goes and see her at the apartment of like, I'm dead broke, I
Yeah.
have nothing to my name basically, like, but I just wanted to come here and
Be
I
with
wanted
you.
to be with you.
Yeah.
Like I
Mhm.
loved everything about these characters and the way their love story played out. It was beautiful the way we saw them grow and
Mhm.
develop as people
Mhm.
throughout this movie was done great. I loved it. I loved this movie. An honorable mention to Catherine Hahn too, as well for her supporting
Yes.
role. My overall rating for this entire movie, I'd say, is a 4.5. The only little like note that I kind of have on this movie is honestly, I wish it was a little bit longer.
Right? I wish it was
Yeah,
this movie could be at least 2 hours
yeah,
long.
it could have been 2 hours. I would have watched the whole thing still, like,
Yeah.
or maybe even 2:45. And then there were like a couple of like little things, like small scenes that just didn't really go anywhere. We only saw them kind of more for a character perspective, kind of like
Mhm.
her best friend getting with her ex, and
Oh, yeah, I
and like
forgot about that.
the sad excuse for her Denny's, like that whole thing.
Yeah.
Like that, like we saw that for like 2 seconds, and she has like a little mood about it, and then they go on this road trip, and then like that's it. Like that's all we see about it.
Yeah.
Um, and then we don't see we don't see her fiance's like reaction to her breaking this thing off. Other than that, though, perfect movie. I would recommend this to anyone,
Yeah.
genuinely, to couples, to another dude. Like, go watch this. You want to restore your faith and love stories. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a good movie. This so far, I can confidently say is probably my favorite one that you've given me.
Oh,
Honestly,
really?
yeah.
Like I mentioned before, I have a long list
Right.
of chick flicks of all time. I didn't mention 500 Days of Summer last episode.
All right.
500 Days of Summer is number 16 out of 54 on this list. A Lot Like Love is number 4 out of 54.
Really?
Yep.
You know what? That I can see because honestly, this is a near perfect movie. Yeah,
So that
that's
concludes our segment
yeah,
of For Cinema.
yeah. Which
Let's move on.
yeah, let's move on now for our last segment.
Our
Our
newer segment,
our
I
newer
guess.
segment. Yeah, our newer,
Weekly hyperfixation. I'll go first.
yeah.
This past week, I have been really hyperfixated on Party Next Door.
Oh, really?
To know me is to know that I love R&B music, especially like darker R&B music. Party Next Door is my favorite male R&B artist.
Really?
Yes,
Really?
I've come to that conclusion this past week, actually.
Interesting. Because up until literally just like 2 seconds ago, I kind of thought it was Bryson Tiller.
So it used to be Bryson Tiller. I have to admit, like I love Bryson Tiller's earlier music. Lately it hasn't really been hitting
He's
for
just kind of
me.
fallen off for you a
A,
little
a
bit.
little bit,
Right.
yeah. Not to say that I don't still love
Right. Of
Bryson Tiller,
course.
but
Right.
you know, but I have come to that conclusion. Some people are Bryson Tiller girlies, some people are The Weeknd girlies, they
Right.
are Brent Faiyaz girlies. Me, I'm a Party Next Door girly, heart to heart. Like, I love almost every single song of his. Like, truthfully, I've listened to so many of his albums, like front to back, obsessed.
And quite a few great bangers, like,
Yeah,
honestly.
no, and notable songs like
Yeah,
my favorite song, like possibly ever, is Latch by Disclosure.
love that song.
Right. So that song, Party Next Door samples for Sex on the Beach. And yeah, no, like, and it's my favorite, probably actually my favorite song of Party Next Doors. And I've been like having that song on repeat because the production of that song is amazing. And I've been super hyper fixated on
Which
him.
classic staple song in my heart, "Break from Toronto."
Break
Basic
from
as
Toronto is
fuck,
great.
but it is a time I do not care. Timeless banger.
Yeah, and that sample of Miguel too is great. Because going back to the sampling of his song "Sex on the Beach," like there was a tweet where like someone claimed that he stole the beat, I guess, from Disclosure, and Disclosure actually replied to that tweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of them being like, "No, we actually approved of him sampling it, and both are great songs." So
Right?
that is my hyperfixation. As far as music goes, watching recently, Netflix has revived Star Search. Do you know what Star Search
I
is?
don't. What is this?
Well, we're too young in a way because like Star Search was basically America's Got Talent way back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yes, Britney Spears was on Star Search, Aaliyah, Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera. That's
Oh,
how
so this
they.
was, like, if all that stuff was successful.
Yeah, like all of a lot of great artists and singers come from Star Search.
Really?
Yes,
Huh.
that's how they got discovered. Essentially, is from that. And
Damn, bring that back, yeah. Mhm.
so exactly. So they brought it back, and it's on Netflix. I forget what days they do it live, but it's live voting. It's super fun.
Oh.
I find it very entertaining. There's a lot of criticism with it because again, like it's not gonna feel like the old school Star
Oh,
Search.
yeah, right.
Like who cares? Because it's not just singing. It's also like other talents like dancing. It's literally America's Got Talent, but more condensed. If that
Hmm.
makes sense, because they're very like only two compete in the same category and the people choose which one wins over that
Oh,
category.
okay.
Yeah. So and throughout the show they try to defend their title of trying to compete with other people in that same category, if that makes sense. So
Right.
it's actually really fun to watch. It's great. If you haven't watched it, I suggest watching it. Don't be too highly critical of it. It's a talent show. Like, and it's also these are also children that are on this show and have so much more courage than anyone, in my opinion, could ever have, and are getting on this show and singing and pouring their heart out to basically like the whole world because Netflix is one of the biggest streaming services in
If not
America
the
or
biggest,
in, yeah,
actually.
like in
The
the
world,
world.
yeah.
So, yeah, it's incredible. And I find it very admirable. I just want people to just not be too serious. It's a talent show.
Right.
It's a talent show. Like, relax. My last hyperfixation, I finished Sunrise on the Reaping.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, I finished it. I'm now reading a new book, which I'll talk about next week. But oh my gosh, I I'm so excited for this movie to come out. I
Oh,
think I'm more
really?
excited than anybody, especially after
Oh.
reading this. And I beg that this movie's done correctly because if it's not, it's gonna piss me off, and
I
you
mean,
will hear about it on this
trailer
podcast.
looks good so
Trailer
far, I
looks good. The
think.
casting is amazing. I asked Jose, I'm like, do you want me to spoil it for you? And he goes, no, I want to
Casting is
watch the
stacked.
movie. I'm very excited for this movie to come out. I am also a little upset that we weren't considered for an audition in this movie. There's like 48 tributes in
Right?
this one, so it's like, why couldn't we be one of them? Even for 0.2 seconds, like
Right?
just a little of the throw, I would have been
Right?
fine. My dream, actually, my one of my movie dreams is to be in a Hunger Games movie
Oh, yeah,
because
no.
Suzanne Collins can milk this for the rest of her life.
Oh, yeah, because like, she's built up enough, like, space within the storytelling of, like,
Mm-hmm.
there's so it's like Star Wars, you can, like, expand on each little
Yes,
time period that has been going on. Like,
exactly.
there's by the time we see Katniss Everdeen stories, it's
Yeah,
already what, the
it's the 74th Hunger
right,
Games.
74th Hunger Games.
Yeah,
74 years of
exactly.
that going on, we've only seen 3 other we're about to see our 3rd game. I think
And
that's including
yeah, our
Catching
third
Fire,
game. Yeah, and some
and it's
people,
a quarter quell.
yeah, and Catching Fire, the Quarter Call is 75th,
Right.
and then the last movie, Finnick makes a joke where it's like, "Welcome to the 76th annual Hunger Games," because when they are trying to, of course, off President Snow,
Right.
there's tons of booby traps and all
Right.
these things, right? So it's just an incredible movie because we already know how it ends. We want to know how we got here
Mhm.
and why this kept on happening for 75
Right, like, what has this
years.
man been doing? Like,
Exactly.
like
So again, she can milk this forever, and I
mhm,
would just be, and I wouldn't care
mhm.
if she has zero fans. I am dead,
Right,
truthfully.
right.
So my dream is to be in one at least, just in one, just a
Amen.
singular one. That'd
Right?
be
Just
great,
give me one little character.
please.
My, my weekly hyperfixation has honestly just been mostly my as far as music-wise. For those who don't know, Arctic Monkeys has released a new song, titled "Opening Night." They released it on Thursday. It is such an amazing song.
Uh
Like
huh.
I love Arctic Monkeys personally. For those who don't know, I am such an alternative person. It is like the very root of my being is
Yeah.
like a lot of alternative rock. Like I love Arctic Monkeys, Cage the Elephant, even the Wallows, even though they're sometimes a bit more indie, but point still stands. Of like that, the Neighborhood, like they're all just so fantastic bands that I like like again inject into my veins. They released a song Arctic Monkeys, and it is such a good one because it reminds me of a lot of like the nice like kind of slower like tone songs from the AM album,
Mhm.
and in that kind of just way of like the guitar in it and
Yeah.
the vocals are just so like they're just stabbing into your heart when you're listening to this. Like you want to like just feel this music and
Yes.
it, like because I really do. Like when I listen to it, it's just so good. Like it's such like a nice like kind of not I don't even want to say like super uplifting song, but it's just such like a good song to kind of like drive to at night or like kind
Mhm.
of just cruise to. Like it's just such a good song. And
Yeah.
with that kind of vibe, I mean, there's been a few songs I've just more like just discovered. There's this one song, it's called, I think they're a band called Fontaines DC.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Roman Holiday. It's got that same kind of like alternative great vibe to it. This one is like kind of more of like a feel good, like just like hard like teenager
Yeah.
angstness like that
Yeah.
has to it. I love that energy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love my alternative. I'm an alternative guy. I am.
Yeah.
The key to my heart. Be a listener of alternative music.
And the
If you
key to me in general is like R&B music.
right
Like
like
the way you love alternative music is the way that I love R&B
right,
music.
and not to say that I don't love, like, R&B, but, like,
Mhm.
that alternative, and
And
just, like,
yeah, I was gonna say alternative music is kind of like the same as R&B, just with more instruments instead of 808s.
right,
You
you know
know?
what? I think you know what? I can second that because it's kinda like someone put this to me of, like, rap music and country music are actually really similar.
Mhm.
Like, one's talking about Lambos, one's talking about trucks,
Yeah.
they both talk about drugs.
Yeah.
One
They
talks
both talk
about
about drinking and
yeah,
alcoholism.
about screwing women, like,
Yeah.
like, they're pretty similar, but, like, R&B, just like how it's a soft version of, like,
Mhm.
rap in a way,
Someone, I think it was
alternative.
Snoop Dogg, that said R&B is rap's chill cousin.
Literally,
'Cause
actually, yeah.
also too, like, this conversation of, like, rap versus R&B and music kinda, like, sounding the same.
Right.
Music kinda, like, sounding the same, it's one of those things where music is very similar, like, Tejano music and country music can sound very similar.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And also too, like, reggaeton music is also R&B, just Latin.
Yeah, no, literally, I put it in the same playlist.
Yeah, and
Like
low key, sometimes so do I.
yeah.
We might also introduce a new segment of just like a music discussion
Right,
type of situation
right,
because, music is also a big part of what we love to talk about.
right.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. And as far as as far as, like, entertainment-wise, like television and whatnot, stapled movies that I haven't watched in a little bit, like Superbad,
Yeah.
such a good one.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Yeah, me too.
It's so good. Getting
Mhm.
back to movies that are just fun to watch. I think that concludes everything that I've been obsessed with this week for the most part as far as entertainment-wise. And yeah, that I think concludes our episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect. Sounds
which
good. If anybody has any recommendations too, please sound
yeah,
off in the comments.
music,
Any
movies,
music, movies, TV shows, we'd
any
be
of
more than
those.
happy to dive into
Yeah,
those as well.
and obviously discuss them because of your recommendations. So
Yeah, exactly that. Just engage with
yeah,
us. We look at the comments, so
yeah,
don't be shy.
yeah.
um,
All of our 12 viewers, we love you guys.
yeah, we love everyone. We love all our little cousins that are watching this, our younger brother Roman. Like we love that they're fans of the
Right?
podcast.
Yeah,
Now that I know they consciously watch it, we have to censor ourselves
just a
sometimes.
little bit. Yeah,
Well,
but
thank
yeah,
you so much for tuning
yeah,
in to this episode of Rated R for
yeah. We'll
Relatives.
see you next time.
Bye.